Yes, sir. I'm not hearing your voice, sir, due to the network problem in my sides.
That's it. Okay,
Yeah.
can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay, now it's good, sir. Tell me.
Okay, that's okay. Great, great. All right, so I said that today we're talking about risk, and first question to you is, what is your definition of risk?
Could you tell me again? What is your determination of risk?
No, no.
Are you saying
What is your definition? What is your definition of risk?
definition?
Definition, yeah.
A definition of risk, or what do you think about that?
Definition of risk. You know risk.
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 Okay.
R-I-S-K.
Okay. It means what is definition of risk? Yeah. Am I right?
Risk, yeah, risk.
Okay. Yeah. Risk. To me, when I am going some, suppose it means I want to good hotelier in my life. So suppose I take this and I am doing something. Like this is the called, definition of a risk. But actually those people are just taking a risk without we are doing something. And it is called risk.
Mm. Okay. Okay, got your point. All right, I've got here new participants. So, hi Nabil, MSK. How are you? Nabil. Hi.
Hello. I
Hi.
just joined the meeting. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, today we're talking about risk. It's today's topic. And Nabil, you have MSK in your name. Does it mean that you're from Moscow?
No, I'm from Morocco.
Ah, okay, that's because in my country, when you use MSK, it oftentimes stands short for Moscow. That's why I asked. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Nabil, they're talking about risk, and I want to
Okay.
ask you first question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your definition of risk?
What is my? Sorry?
Definition. What is your definition of risk? Risk.
My definition for risk
Yeah.
is to take a step without calculate what you're gonna do in the future. What is gonna happen in the future?
Yeah, quite good.
Yes.
All right, I got you. But yeah, that's good definition. All right, thank you. So, what about Austin? Richard Austin. Hi, Richard. How are you doing? Richard? Okay, Richard. Just in case, you're muted, Richard. So, if you're speaking, we can't hear anything. That's why. Okay, so.
Pretty well. How about you?
Makhalil, hi. Now you can speak, right?
Yes,
Makhalil?
Dr. Josie.
Okay. Okay, great. So, hi, Makhalil. How are you doing?
I'm great. How about you?
Yeah, also good. So, today we're talking about risk, and first question to you. What is your definition of risk?
Uh, the voice is not clear, Dr. Josie. Would you like repeat, please?
Yes, of course. The question is, what is your definition of risk?
Just
Do you understand me?
No, I can. No, I can. Sorry, Dr. Josie.
I say, okay, Richard, can you hear me? Richard.
Yeah.
Okay, Richard. So, right. Hi,
Risk
Richard.
is a situation involving exposure to danger.
Yes, yes.
Like we just investment, but we don't care about lose or gain.
Hmm. All
Or
right.
we do a adventure. We just handstand in a penthouse. It's a dangerous if we in the outside. If we fall, we can die, but we don't care. It's a risk.
Yeah, sure, sure. Okay, I got your point. Yeah, that's great. Thank you for the answer. So, all right, Austin. Now I want to ask Mahlid. So, Mahlid, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Uh, well, you ask what the risk of issue international. You can know. First, to talk about risk in general, right? So, first question is, what is your definition of risk? How you understand it? This word, this notion. Mahlid?
Yes. Sorry, Doctor Tulsi. I still get it. I, d- I don't get it. Sorry.
Okay, if you have a problem to hear me, you can read the question in daily topics. Just click on the section on daily topics and read the question, okay? Just simple. So, Mahlid,
Yes. Uh, the voice is not clear. Uh, Maybe my laptop is not working well.
it's a pity. Okay. Uh, okay, so no problem. I will ask another person then. So, Richard, what about you then? Next question to you.
Okay.
Are you are you a risk are you a risk taker? Why or why not?
No, I'm not risk taker.
Okay.
If I don't know this investment, I never invest my money. I will search. I will see the website, make it clear, so I know the rule and what are what are they doing in the investment.
Okay, great, great. Thank you for your answer. Okay, Yarus. Hi Yarus, how are you doing?
Uh, sorry. I'm I'm gonna join you later. Just looking at. I will be here for hour, I think.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Okay. See you.
Okay, see ya. Okay, Udin. Hi Udin, how are you doing?
Right.
That's great. So today we're talking about risk. It's a topic that's suggested um asked by our participants. So like it's that we always open for suggestion. Uh, so all right. And first question to you, Dean. What is your definition of risk?
Okay, risk. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. All right. I'm trying to answer this question. I think risk is something. If you do it, you absolutely will get trouble. For example like that. But actually, risk is always together with something we do every day. So something that we think, say, something that we think not dangerous. Actually, they all have risk. So we could not say that I don't want to do something because there is a risk there. Yes, of course, we can do some estimation about the size of the risk, but the most important thing we have to know exactly is beside the risk, there is always the benefit or profit or some advantageous situation we can have from doing something that has a risk. So the question from you before, what is the definition of risk? For me, risk is something that is always together with something we do. So it could be very good because we can be very careful because of that. And it can be very dangerous if we are not trying to estimate the size of that thing. Thank you.
All right, I got your point. Thank you for your answer. Uh, so, uh, okay, we've got here Evelyn R. Hi, Evelyn R. How are you doing? Evelyn R. Evelyn? Yes, Evelyn, just in case. You're muted, so Evelyn, if you wanna take part in our discussion, you need to unmute yourself. Okay, Mahalil, you ask it. Mahalil, just ask me directly. Questions are in text channel named daily topics. All the questions are there. Okay, just click on daily topics and you'll see all the questions. So it's first question. All right, I hope you will understand. Okay, so Mahalil, I think now. Okay, yes, I think you explained what definition is for you, right?
Yes.
Mahalil? Alright,
Yes.
right. So then, yes, the next question. Are you a risk taker? Why or why not?
Oh, oh my God. Maybe may I answer the further question? What is the definition of the risk? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
First, the question: risk is the chance or probability that a person will be harmed or experience an adverse health if it is exposed to a hazard. It may
Okay.
also apply to situation with property or equipment loss or harmful effect on the environment. Maybe.
Okay. Okay, got your point. Thank you. Alright.
My English is not good. My English is not good. So,
No, it's okay. Like, we are all here to learning, right? So, in here you can improve your English by speaking on daily basis, so it can be better. I mean, like, we have lots of people who join us and drastically improve the English, so it's okay. So, alright. Evelyn R. Evelyn R. So, can you speak? Evelyn. Evelyn. Okay, Evelyn. Seems like Evelyn just here to listen. No problem. So, Udin. Then next question to you, alright? So, Udin. Edison Dunia. Are you a risk?
All
Yes.
right.
Are you a risk taker? Why or why not?
Right. As I mentioned to you before, that when we see that if that risk will give us something really important, and of course we have to do that because the bigger opportunity is, the bigger the risk is. For that reason, we don't have option to not to take something. We don't have option. We don't have a choice actually to say that I don't want to take it or I don't want to take it, or I want to take it. We don't have an option like that. We don't have a choice like that in the real life. We always have a risk. But in terms of the risk that is very big, for example, am I the risk taker or not? If that is the question, and my answer is yes, because I believe behind the very big risk, there is something that is really beneficial, that is really advantageous, and of course, I have a very strong reason why I have to take it. For example, if I want to be better, I must do it. If I want to be better than yesterday, I want to be better than today, of course, I have to do something new, something better, something fresh, something different, something unique. And of course, all of those things will have a risk because sometimes something fresh, something unique, something different, something new is the thing that we don't really understand yet. And of course, it has a very big risk. But as I mentioned to you before, in terms of being the better person or being better personality, the things like that must be taken. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your answer. Great, great. All right. Um, so let's go to Mahlil. So Mahlil, what about you? Right, next question to you. What are the advantages and disadvantages of taking risks?
What are advantages taking a risk? Yeah,
Yes.
but taking a risk. Maybe the simple answer maybe yeah, taking the risk like the I am the open the some business. If I fail, yeah, I will take the risk like that.
Okay. Mm, so, but what do you think about advantages and disadvantages of taking risk?
Uh, yeah, just yeah, just so. Yeah, uh, yeah, just so, Doctor Jason.
Okay, okay. So, alright. Um, let's go to Udin because Evelyn got responded. So, Udin, what about you? What are the advantages and disadvantages of taking risks?
Um, First of all, I want to say Assalamu alaikum for Bapak Mahlil there. Okay.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Are you
Oh, yeah,
from Riau, Jason?
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think the signal in here is not working good. Finally, there I can answer the question the Dr. Josie as well as possible. I don't get.
All right. So yeah, I hope that the internet connection there will be better. So my answer for that question is, what is the advantages or disadvantage of taking a risk? Actually, my answer for this time is quite similar to my previous answer before. That taking a risk can make you better, can make you absolutely, feel so thrill, I guess, because when we are given something new that we do understand behind that there is a very strong risk, there is a very big risk actually, but when we do that, we're gonna feel so energetic. We're gonna feel so relieved. We're gonna feel so like, everything is amazing, everything is energetic, and also we kind of, having a purpose to do something in a day. So, for example, if we feel so everything is boring, it's because we just do something all the time. I mean, repeat something again and again and again, and there is something new there, and that's really dangerous actually for our brain. For that reason, the advantages of taking, the advantageous thing that we can have from taking a risk is, of course, we can have purpose. We can be so energetic because we are given something that we don't really understand yet. And that's really important for the healthy of our brain. That's really important. I'm so serious about that. So that's my answer for that question. What do you think about that?
Wow, that's great. I mean, I think that of course you're right. You can't improve your state without taking risk. Actually, every new thing in your life somehow relates to risk, because risk of fail what you've got, risk of mm, be thrown out of your zone of comfort, but of course, without taking risks, you can improve. I mean, drastically improve. You always need to take a risk in order to succeed. Yeah, but before, I mean, I want to also like answer the questions from first one, because yeah, like I most of the time I'm asking. Oh, by the way, Sean B is here finally. Okay, Sean B, you actually missed the Russian language meetup. I sent everywhere the announcement, but you missed it, unfortunately. Yes, my friend from I asked him to make meetups in Russian because here are some people who are interested, right? So but you weren't there, unfortunately, that time. So anyway, Sean B, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. And how are you? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. As you can, by the way, as you can see here in our server, more than 800 participants right now. So quite a lot, I would say. I think at the end of I mean, because I see how fast we are growing. I think at the to the end of the up to the end of the week we'll have, I think, 1,000 participants, because like more than 10 in a day comes to us. Actually, I think um 12 already comes every day. So if the speed of the participants coming to our server will be the same or increasing, I think we'll easily got 1,000. Anyway, no, that's and besides that, today at in almost in 2 hours, I think. Yes, I think around 2 hours. Uh, okay, no, not 2 hours, 1 hour actually, 1 hour. Yeah. Daily meetup. So, and today we're talking about risks. So, Sean B, first question to you. Uh, what is your definition of risk?
Um, okay, so let me check the list of
Yeah,
questions.
of course.
Yes, the is kind of like the chances that you can fail or you meet like the failures.
Yeah. Okay. Quite good. Quite good. So right. So then I want to ask. Okay, Mahalid is back. So Mahalid,
Yeah.
next question to you. All right.
Yes.
So, what risks do you come across in your life or work? Okay, work or life or both, work and life.
Uh, uh,
Yes, yes. Do you understand? Do you understand my question? Mahalil, do you understand my question?
Yes. Uh,
Well, it's quite tricky question, I think. No, 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 it's alright, but.
Sorry, Dr. Justin, I can answer your question. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. I give you some time, alright? Just to think about the question. And I ask you later, alright? Because people are waiting for their turn. No problem, you can ask later. Answer later, sorry. Alright, so then, Udin, what about you? What risks do you come across in your life, or your work and life?
All right. If I'm not mistaken, the question is about what is the risks that I have experienced before. Is that true?
It's like what risks do you come across in your life and work? Yes, before and nowadays. It's like in general, like yes. What
Yeah.
kind of risks you face every day? You can say in your work, in your work or your.
So yes, I think it's about experience. What was the risks that I maybe ever faced before? I had taken before in the past, and I think it was about become. I'm sorry. No problem. I say about this. It's quite related to my religion. So in Islam there is an opportunity for somebody to be imam for praying. Right? Like we pray, for example, and somebody become a leader in front of a lot of people. So a lot of people are behind us. We pray. So if you become imam, if that thing is the first experience, and that's going to be dangerous because if you're so nervous, for example, to lead a praying from a lot of people behind you and you are not experienced enough, for example, and that's quite dangerous because you will forget something that you should read, for example, and that was a risk that I wanted to take, but finally I was not really successful, and that was really quite difficult and dangerous actually for me at that time. But because I took that experience for this time, because I did that again and again until this time, and I become so confident to be a leader, for example, to lead a pray for those times. So that was kind of experience and risk that I took before that was not really successful for me at that time, but for now it is very successful, and I become the new person, the new person, the new person who has a new skill, for example, and I'm ready to do things like that. So I think that can answer the question.
Well, if I get you right, am I right? Because I don't know much, but as I got from your answer, every Muslim can be imam, right? Or you need
That's
to.
true.
So you don't need to finish some kind of madrasa or what you call it to be imam, like theology course. Mm.
No, as long as you can do what is needed, you're ready for doing that.
Okay, okay, got it. But like, I mean, there's like imam who like do prayer on daily basis, right? It's like their job, not job maybe, but it's more like obligation. Uh, no.
Not really sure, but for some country, yes, maybe, because it is very important to choose the best imam, because we can't just choose somebody behind us to be imam. We don't know. We could not take the risk, as I mentioned to you before. For that reason, we need to choose somebody that is fast, and for that reason, we need to give salary also to that kind of person.
Okay, I got it. I remember, like, I saw video when the president of Turkey, Erdogan, led a prayer. That time I was like, not puzzled, but yes, I was kind of surprised. Like, he's a president, but not like spiritual leader. But okay, I understand it's allowed for Muslim to lead a prayer, even not being like sheikh, right? You call it sheikh. The person who like.
Excellent.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Mahmoud, for the answer. That was great. So Shambi, what about you? Are you a risk taker? Why or why not?
So I would say that one of my favorite idioms, like nothing ventured, nothing gained. So I'm definitely a risk taker because I really like hate or detest having or staying in the comfort zone. I just want to step out and make something like differently. So for example, in my company, maybe like a couple of months ago, my boss gave me a chance, to take very important task, and it was very difficult for me because I didn't have any experience in it, but I took the chance, even though I was like struggling with some like problems in the first place, but eventually I overcame, and it was worth it. So I think you should be a risk taker because it can benefit you and bring a number of like opportunities to you instead of like satisfied in your comfort zone.
Hmm. Great, great. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I missed is at the beginning uh you said a quote, right? But I didn't get. Can you repeat this phrase that you
Yeah,
like?
so nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Nothing mentioned. Okay.
I think you probably heard about this phrase
Yes,
before.
it's because you pronounce it too fast to get it right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I heard this phrase, of course. Okay, thank you, Shambi, for your answer. All right, thank you. I think yes, it's my time to talk because yeah, for the most part, I asked the question, but all right. So first question: what is your definition of rest? Well, I like how previous speakers describe it. This definition, like basically, yeah, this risk is I like the guy maybe he left already. Maybe it was Nabil, I don't remember. Told that risk is if when you do something without previous calculus, like you just do it, even knowing that you can fail, even knowing even you aren't 100% certain about success, but you still do it. Well, I think it's quite closer to what a risk is, even though, of course, like risk, the word itself could be like in general context, like, yeah, how I said, and it could be like, um, could be understood in some more like narrow sense, like technical sense. Like for example, me being an engineer of information security, right? As a first education. So we taught that risk. I mean, especially first risk is some certain, some certain definition that you need to follow, but it's of course applied only to my field. But we can say that risk is the possibility of something bad happening, right? So risk usually imply that it involves uncertainty about the effects and implications of an activity with respect to something that human value. Basically, that's how some participants describe that you can achieve drastic improvement in your life without taking risks because yeah, at first, on the one hand, yes, you can lose, but on the other hand, if you succeed, you can greatly improve. That's why taking risks very important. Okay, so I think it's time to Mahlil to speak, right? So Mahlil, um, what risks have you taken in your life, Mahlil?
Yes, Dr. Jesse?
Yes, I asked a question. So have you heard it?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, what do you think?
Oh, do you mind repeat the question, please?
Okay, I can repeat the question, no problem. I ask you, what risks have you taken in your life?
Hmm. Uh, no idea, Dr. Josie. Sorry. Maybe Mr. Falan can answer the question.
No, no, I asked you previous question.
I uh, I don't, no idea. I can answer. I can answer. I can. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. All right. So, then let's go to Shanbi, right? So, Shanbi, what are the advantages and disadvantages of taking risks?
Um, yeah, so I would say that there's unquestionably pros and cons of taking risks. So the very first advantage that I can think of is that, if you are willing to take risk, and if you succeed, so it can bring you, like a tremendous, like benefits. Um, and on the other hand, if you, failed, so when you are willing to take risk, so you just, you can lose everything. It's like, how can I say the phrase, like a big win big lose big or something like this.
Mm, I'm sorry, I think I read and don't speak Vietnamese. I wish I could, but
No, I do not speak Vietnamese. I just like lose big or win big or something like this.
okay, okay, got it.
Let me check. Um,
Yes, of course, check it, no problem.
hmm, I can find it. But okay, anyway. And the second pro that springs to my mind is that you can gain, like a tremendous like experience. Even though if you fail when you take, the risk, and maybe in the second time when you reflect on what you did in the past, so you can do it, differently, and you can gain, with the better result. And the another disadvantage, maybe, if you just lose one, so you just feel like disappointed in yourself, and you just, like you can keep up with what you um, are doing. So that's what I think.
Yes, yes, that's great, thank you for the answer. All right. So I think it's my turn to speak. All right. So are you a risk taker? Why or why not? Well, I think it doesn't matter. Are you a risky person or not? You need to take risks. It's inevitable in your life. I mean, of course, you cannot try to preserve yourself from risks on purpose, but in that case, you need to just sit at home all the day long. Because like even when you go out, there is a risk that something fall on your head, and it's not 0%. Always there's a risk that when you cross the road, that some driver can, hit you. There's no zero risk that you can be robbed. That's many other things can help, but you don't think about it because because life teach us to be stoic, stoic. The I hope you know the meaning of the word. Like stoicism was teaching in ancient Greece. Yeah, Greece. Like it's basically the teaching of that teach that a philosophy, I can say philosophy that teaches us to be more like take all what happened to us, with a dignity, without fear. I would say philosophically, and that's why I think. mm, but still, I can't call myself risk taker just because usually risk taker are the people who on purpose risk like extreme sport, mm, or like endangerous things or any other things. But actually, from time to time, I'm risk taker. I would say I'm risk taker from time to time. Like sometimes there's a moment in my life when I on purpose risk, but I can say that in every situation I'm risk taker. So I think for me, the wisdom of life is to take risk. Yes, Arjat. Finally, sorry, I couldn't pick up your phone.
Great. I have.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, yes.
Yesterday, what is her name? Sarin Bahin. Sarin Bahin.
Yes.
She has up today. Sarin Bahin.
Sirin Bahi taken another vaccination, like vaccine, another portion of vaccine today, so she won't be here. But you called me to ask this, right, Rajat? About Sirin Bahi?
Yes. Yes.
What's happened? Like Okay. Well, I was speaking with another person from India, so to say. But okay, I called you back. But okay, Rajat. Actually, today we're talking about topic suggested by Bilal Hussain. Unfortunately, I think he's out of maybe he haven't entered WhatsApp from I think yesterday, so that's why he haven't seen my message. Is I wanted him to be also here. But anyway, actually today's topic is quite short, but quite interesting, I think. So Rajat, as you hear, let's ask me first question. What actually it's a good question because it requires our brains working, because it's not that easy to make a definition without going to Webster or Oxford Dictionary, So Rajat, first question. What is your definition of risk?
Definition of risk?
Risk. Yes, risk.
Wait, I need to check it. We are not wearing the same headphones, so daily topic.
The topic surprisingly short. I mean,
what is your definition of risk? Okay, what is your definition of risk? Risk is it is everything wherever you go. Risk is always involved in every work. Like if you talk about study, if you talk about work, if you talk about your career, if you talk about your family life planning. So yeah, risk is everywhere in everything. Even if you walk, there's always a risk. Even if you sit somewhere, there is a risk. Like you are a living being, there is a risk also involved. Every second there is a risk. Like if risk of life, risk of to be a loss. There's a lot of kind of risk. Yeah. So this is my definition of risk because risk is involved everywhere, every moment, every second, every nanosecond.
You know what's funny? Before you came, I said exactly the same. I said that if you wanna avoid risk, yes, actually, yeah, I said that everything involved risk somehow, but yeah, actually, I was answering question number 2 already. So let's talk a little bit about Stoicism. You know that what Stoicism is? It was a teaching philosophy of ancient Greece, and one of the most famous follower of Stoicism was Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Roman Empire. He is also called emperor and philosopher. And I mean, Stoicism teaches us to take all what happened in our life, no matter how bad or good it is, philosophically, without like too much involved emotionally in it. Just take it as it is. I would say with a dignity. Like, actually, I would say that
Okay.
yes, yes.
One request. They make a meetup on the like to who want to give interview for every weekend about the question regarding the interview, like person who want to go for interview. So every day, every time you ask around 10 questions, I will give you the question. So you need to ask like as an employer or telephonic call. So we want to do this kind of meetup for the interview. Yeah.
Mm. All right, right, no problem.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
will send you the.
yeah, but it's important that you come. You and people in general will come because otherwise, today it's not much people here. Maybe partially because, uh, partially because um, due to
Because the people not here come because everybody is busy now. Nobody wants to spend time.
actually we got lots of new people. They kind of put the same answers as old one. But the problem is that today at in an hour, actually not less than an hour, I think, in um, in 20 minutes or so will be. I sent you already in WhatsApp. Will be meet up
Yeah,
by
it's
bersama to get to American education. So maybe people just saving the energy for this meetup. That's why they like come.
yeah.
Anyway, anyway. So right. Um. All right. So I think we can. Um. Yeah, we can go to next participant, right? So actually, before you join Rajat, I was finishing my answer, so I just quickly finish it. So I think yes, in general, I can call myself risk taker, but as I said before, sometimes I have a moments in my life when I take it. But I mean, but yeah, Rajat, actually, you joined when I said that why wisdom of life is to not to refuse all the risks because sometimes you can improve your state apart, so to say, of the like, yeah, your status quo, change your status quo, like improve, but sometimes, but also not, because like like playing Russian roulette is also risk, but it's the risk that you can't explain. It's not a wise risk, like just in order to get adrenaline. There is no need to such a risk, just like to show it off. It's not an honorable risk, I would say. Even though, like, yes, it was popular
Uh,
among. Yes.
I will join you back. I need to make a phone call. Wait.
No, no,
I'll
no problem, no
join you.
problem, no problem. Uh,
And I want to tell you one more thing from today. In the midnight here, lockdown began again.
I
Yeah,
heard, I heard that Narendra Modi didn't want to impose lockdown.
yeah,
But
yeah. Narendra Modi. Yeah,
every media, every
state.
opposition party
Yeah,
started
every statement.
do
Yeah.
lockdown, and like it's became obvious that he will force to do it. I like
Yeah, because the spike. Because in our country, more than every day now, 3,000 every on average people die every day, and and but there is no limit of the positive cases. Yeah, so within my state today, 500 more than 500 cases found positive, and out of them, 35 people died. 35 or maybe 32. I don't remember. 18 maybe. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Uh-huh. All right, Mahlil. So it's your turn to speak. I hope you're ready. Okay, Mahlil. Mahlil, can you hear me, Mahlil? Mm. Okay, Mahlil, if you won't speak because Sean B doesn't hear us, I will be silent and do my own thing. So that's why. I mean, we have a choice whether you will say something or I will be silent because I can speak with myself. Okay, just saying.